and welcome to On the Record with Tiffany and Kevin Smith, home of conservative radio, on home of conservative talk radio, 9:30 a.m. The Answer, where we have American Descendants of the Enslaved giving you our opinions of the day. Is that pretty good on the intro?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Changed it up to whatever Kevin L. Smith wants. What do you want?
What do I want? Do y'all see what I have to deal with every day?
No.
She's pretty. She does more than cook.
What is wrong?
All right, now that we got you shocked on that one. All right, Tiff. So the goal of our show is we identify as the American descendants of the enslaved, and that's important because we're taking hold of we're taking our own history and we are communicating what that means to us, and also
we're writing our own narrative.
Writing our own narratives.
Not letting other people tell us what the narrative is.
And one of the big things that we like to emphasize is people who claim to be B1, right? We want to see those individuals out there really having an impact on the issues that they've identified that affect us, right? Yeah. But also in that process, you have to build coalitions and you have to find other people of interest, just how the system works. And so our area is healthcare. And in particular, kidney care, right? Because kidney failure, ESRD affects a lot of us disproportionately, right?
That's how we really got involved with being in the public eye and working in the nonprofit sector was because I have a connection to kidney disease. At the time when we first got involved, I'd lost 9 family members to kidney disease, and now we're up to 13. But I was just trying to figure out what was going on. What happened to my family? What's happening to other families like ours? How is this? How is this affecting the world? And as we began to unpack what was happening in kidney disease, I really began to see that one, the patient voice wasn't being heard. You have the right to know. We're living in a free market society. This is the United States.
Yep. We
have the right to know about our healthcare. The individual has the right to know. And unfortunately, the way that the healthcare system is playing out, especially in regards to kidneys, you don't know.
Yeah.
And the information is stacked against you. And by that, I mean, the first thing that became glaringly evident was that communication was basically clouding and affecting outcomes negatively.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the system, right? Let's talk about the system, right? Our current healthcare. We believe in free markets, and that's one of the things that we love, right? We believe it produces some of the best products and services, et cetera, for the country and for the citizens of the country. But right now, something that's trying to be addressed in the system is a pay model called service, right? It's called a pay for service model. And what that means, right, is that hospitals, physicians, they are compensated based on the services that they provide to you, right? And so one of the unfortunate things that everybody in the system kind of becomes a victim of is you begin to stress volume and not quality. Right. And so there's a lot of things that they're trying to change for that. But I think the one thing that's missing in the whole thing is that the consumer of healthcare, right, that's you and me, right, we don't know, we don't have information. Right? We're not aware of what the latest medications are. We aren't aware of what all the various things that go into our health care. We're simply not aware of those. And the numbers bear that out.
In the kidney space, a person it is not suggested that physicians diagnose one with kidney disease until stage 3, which means that the suggestion is that they tell you once you're in stage 3. Now, your medical professionals, there is evidence that suggests that medical professionals see you're in stage 1 and 2, but do not say a thing, and stage 3. The reality is that the suggestion is that they report to you at stage 3. The reality is that it's generally reported in stage 4.
Now let's talk about that, right? So wait a
And
minute.
there are 5 stages to kidney
So
disease.
you're telling me I can be in stages 1 and stages 2 of a chronic disease, and my doctor doesn't have to tell me?
That's right. And this is the only chronic illness where that's acceptable. It would never be acceptable to find somebody in stage 1 of cancer and go, hey, you know what? Michelle's in stage 1 of cancer. We'll just wait until she gets to stage 4 and we'll tell her about it.
Okay. I'm going to play crazy Uncle Abe, right? I'm going to ask some questions like Abe
Why
would
you
ask,
always
right?
want to throw my uncle
Hey,
under
that's
the
your
bus?
relatives. I can call names, right?
Why?
So I'm Uncle Abe, right? And you know, he's
Uncle
got
Abe, that's Kevin, that's not me.
he's got some conspiracies every now and then, right? He'll be looking at that, and Uncle Abe would say, "Hey, where's the money at? Do they get paid if they tell you that you have cancer at the first stages 1, 2, and 3? Is there money there?" And there is. There's quite a bit.
Well, finding diseases early.
You didn't answer my question, Tiffany.
Yes, there's.
I'm Uncle Abe.
When you're talking about, yes, there's money there, but there's money there in both cases. However, the larger payout, I guess, if you want to state it like that.
That's what Uncle Abe would
The
say.
larger payout in the kidney space is on the back end. It's on the back end of services. So in the latter stages of kidney disease, and really in the final stage of kidney disease, is where the largest profits can be made.
So we're saying if I go into end-stage renal disease, there's quite a bit of money there, right?
Yeah, it's not as profitable as
Telling me if I'm in stage 1.
telling you earlier on.
Okay. So and that is the problem, right?
The profit, the conservative profit per patient that's on in end-stage renal disease, just for dialyzing one year is $87,000 per year. That's what's attached to them. I don't know if all of that revenue turns to profit for the physician, but that's $87,000 per patient per year.
And so that's a system that's more or less rigged against the average person, and it disproportionately affects Black people, right? The American descendants of the enslaved. It disproportionately affects us. It disproportionately affects Hispanics. It disproportionately affects poor whites. And then also, if you even look just at the general numbers there, it also affects those who are about in the $100,000 to $200,000 a year income bracket.
That's
right.
right.
Has an
and then
impact
on
there.
top of that, finding that there's the diagnosis cloud, where people they see that you're in stages 1 and 2 and don't say anything. We also found that there are amazing therapeutics that are available and have been for 10 years. 10 years.
Tested, right? They're not going to make me
Yes.
grow a third ear.
Exactly. They are highly recommended by the best scientists in the country. They're called SGLT2Is. The I stands for inhibitors. Those drugs, in combination with early detection of chronic kidney disease, can slow down and even stop kidney disease.
The progression of kidney disease.
Yeah, I mean so you literally can impact the numbers on people going into end-stage renal disease. It's a game changer for kidney disease. But the problem that we're having is getting doctors across the country to prescribe. And we've got the National Institute of Health telling them to prescribe the medications, the NIDDK telling them to prescribe the medications, and yet only 1.26% of nephrologists are prescribing them.
And then the rates in which they go to non-whites is extremely low. I mean, it's unbelievable the rates at which these medicines get to ADOS, to Hispanics. I mean, if you saw the numbers, you would just
the
be
rates
baffled.
are low for them going to poor white people too.
Yeah, they are.
They're not going to any of us at the rate that they should be going.
And
finding all of that stuff, that was what really made me say, wow. It was my MLK moment where you just think, we have got to stand up for our people. And our people being all people who need quality health care. Every American deserves that.
All right, so our time is running down. I want to bring back in that, and I want to tie a little bit of politics in with that when we come back in the next section and talk about the fee for service and the impact that has, and the need to build coalitions across groups, right? And really focusing on the outcome that you desire versus, some Puritan methodology that you're going to commit to, which is what we tend to have today in politics. Right?
It's polarizing, and we actually have to join one another because we really are more alike than we are different. You can see that, especially when health disparities come into play. You can see that we're more alike than we are different because 1 in 3 are at risk for kidney disease. That means across people groups, there's a problem.
No. There's 1 in 3 who have chronic kidney disease and don't know it.
No, 1 in 3 are at risk for chronic kidney disease.
Wow.
1 in 3 are at risk for chronic kidney disease. That's across the United States.
All right. Mm-hmm. And you have been listening to On the Record with Kevin and Tiffany, home of conservative talk radio, 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And we will be right back.